I'm Stargate Pioneer.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Lauren from Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
a podcast member of the Gunna Geek Network, just like the one you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual. Check out all the other podcasts
at GunnaGeekNetwork.com and get ready because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Welcome to the official GunnaGeek.com podcast, where a bunch of geeks talk about geeky things. Take a bit of sci-fi, add a dash of comics, mix it in with a pinch of gaming, and let bake for 30 to 45 minutes in a heated argument over tech, and you have yourself a show. We want to hear from you, so reach out to us at GunnaGeek.com. Now, let me introduce you to the host for this ride. I'm Steven John Drew.
Thanks. Way to come late to the party on that one there, Mr. Hawking.
Joining me, Jean-Sebastian.
I'm gonna plug you with just the tip, buddy.
Chris Farrell.
They sort of look like zombie ninja mutant thingies.
John D.
He's gonna extract your disties.
And regularly featuring Stargate Pioneer.
I don't want to hear this anymore.
All right, let's geek. Hello and welcome to episode 94 of the GunnaGeek.com podcast. We are here tonight listening to ourselves better than ever because we all have recently done headphones upgrade, except for JS. JS is the odd man out.
Well, I actually have Sennheiser sets, the pros. When I get back, what is the I'd have to double check which one it is. The Studio Pro ones, I had them when I used to work in the studio. I've had them for a while, but I can't wear those because I'm wearing my headset now. But when I get my my Yeti back in action,
I can only assume that means that you are DJ JS. That's the only thing that I can think of.
No, they're not DJ ones. They don't fold so that you can't just have one. I could run to the room and look at what they do.
No, it's okay. DJ headphones suck anyways. So
no, they were when I used to do video editing.
Ah, cool.
They were given to me.
Well, we are Johnless tonight. However, we do have Mr. One Stargate Pioneer. Applause goes here. Applause goes here. Applause goes here. Applause goes here.
I do have my Johnson.
Gunna Geekers, assemble!
I have my Johnson.
How's your week going, boys?
Woohoo! How's your week going, Chris?
It's all right.
A glowing review from Chris Farrell.
Who?
Chris for real. Sorry, Chris for real. I apologize. I apologize.
Okay, I'm so messed up from Steven not saying it right. How do you say it, Chris?
Feral, like the comedian, man.
Farrell.
Right. Chris.
Like a ferret, right?
I believe it is
Farrell.
Chris Farrell hyphen Farrell hyphen for real. It's all of them. All of them.
That's what I'm told.
Dude, you should so do that Chris for real, and then like your name is for and then real.
So I'm starting my rap career this week, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Starting
for real.
Who have I been listening to all this time? I've been buying albums left and right on iTunes thinking it was you.
That was Will Smith.
That's horrible. Shame on.
But listener, if you are listening to this post recording, I just want to remind you that every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, that is 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, we broadcast live at GunnaGeek.com/live. And we would love to see you there because we always enjoy having the peanut gallery away.
Don't
I never
steal
understood
our term.
that word. I never understood why people say that.
You just straight up lifted that.
Peanut gallery is a term. I don't believe that All Things Good and Nerdy owns the term peanut gallery. I could be wrong, but I don't
Who are
believe
the ones
that.
on this? Who are the ones on this network that use the term peanut gallery to refer to their chat room all the time?
I believe that it's Stargate Pioneer.
All the time. I use it every single pot. No, I don't. What are you smoking, man? That wacky BC weed?
Which is not legal.
No. Well, let's go ahead and move into the news. Shall we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm telling you, every time I just think of you guys doing all sorts of naughty things to that song.
Really?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm dancing in my chair when you play it.
I hate his bumps. I hate them.
Oh, so sad.
You hate my bump?
I hate the bumps. The lady lumps.
Oh, wow. You know what somebody does hate? Somebody hates Twitter. And SP, why don't you tell the world who that is?
Jesus, the Lord
Doesn't
Almighty.
hate Twitter. He just doesn't want to engage in the negativity.
No, I believe that he hates it. I believe he flat out says he hates it.
He did not say that. Did you even read the article?
Well, I'm sure that you will tell me all about it and correct me.
All right. Well, Entertainment Weekly ran this story to begin with yesterday on May the 4th be with you. And they basically said that Joss Whedon and Twitter have broken up again, because if you recall, in 2013, he left Twitter over a rash of negative comments on different shows that he had done in the past. Well, he slowly eked back into Twitter, and then after Avengers Age of Ultron released over the weekend, there was such a negative uproar against him and some of the storyline. I won't spoil anything, but some of the storylines that ran in there, he's just like, okay, guys, it's been great. Thank you very much for seeing the movie. Thank you for being there, but I'm not going to be on Twitter anymore.
Interesting. That is very, very interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
What was more interesting, I don't know if you saw the James Gunn rebuttal on Facebook.
I did not.
Okay, so he wrote quite a lengthy Facebook article. I'm scrolling right now. It contains 2 pages for me to scroll down. But I'll give you an excerpt over one of the paragraphs of James Gunn's rebuttal. He said, a couple of months ago, somebody on Twitter wrote me that something one of my characters said in my movie hurt him. I've gotten hundreds of tweets from people angry about moments in my films over the years, but I just ignore them or get angry in return. But that one tweet affected me so profoundly. The last thing I want to do with my work is hurt somebody, especially someone who already feels disenfranchised. That made me think about what I wrote and what I put in my films, and I will be more thoughtful about situations like it in the future. That is one honest and vulnerable tweet affected more change in me than hundreds of angry ones.
Wow.
So again, it's easy to be outraged by these tweets, but whatever these angry tweeters are in need of, I don't think it's more anger and more rage thrown back at them on Twitter. I actually think that's what they're seeking, but what they need is something different. Compassion, maybe? A kind of request for boundaries? I don't know. Maybe you guys have some ideas.
That is definitely saying something.
Well, basically, if you read his entire thing, it gets back to what Jay was saying a couple of weeks ago, and that, you know, we're in this great era of geekdom that we're all able to converse and enjoy and be together on this sort of stuff. There's no real reason for this sort of stuff to get hashed back and forth. And Joss, he's just trying to do what's best. Matter of fact, there was a couple more articles that ran about how Joss butted heads with Marvel/Disney over a couple of other storylines that he wanted to insert into Avengers that just weren't there. So the dude was trying.
Chris, what do you think about all this?
This is dumb. No, I mean, he quits Twitter and has not said officially why, and it's good clickbait for all these sites out there. This is why we think Joss Whedon quit. This is why we think Joss Whedon quit. Nobody knows for sure. He just quit Twitter.
Sounds to me like a really marketing plot.
Well, I mean, part of me was thinking that, the conspiracy theory part of me, but maybe he is legitimately just tired of it and he said goodbye and he turned it off. I mean, I just love how you see about 4,000 different theories about, oh, here's why Joss Whedon quit, when he has not said anything officially. And it's great clickbait for a lot of these sites because everyone's like, oh, Joss Whedon quit. There's got to be a scandal. So they say things and make vague assumptions as to why he might have, but nobody knows anything.
Hey guys, really quick before we carry on, did you guys at all let anybody know that he's going to start writing for Gonna Geek yet?
Yeah.
I totally pimped that on every single one of my podcasts over the past year. No. What are you talking about?
Oh, I hope the rumors start flying now.
I just talk about clickbait.
He's going to direct the Gonna Geek movie.
Oh, man. There are going to be so many your mom jokes in that. So many. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I understand that this is kind of a little douchey to say. However, if you are going to be Joss Whedon, don't go and take your ball and go home crying.
He's not going home crying.
I don't think he is. I think he's thick-skinned enough. I mean, he's made enough.
Here's probably what it is, and I'm going to make my own theory like all these websites. The dude is tired. I mean, have you seen him on the promotional tours? He talks about how tired he is. He probably just wants to get away from everything for a little bit. He's probably burnt out.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Plus, the stress of a movie like that must be immense.
Especially after you've already pumped out such a successful movie a few years ago.
Yeah, he has the second biggest opening weekend ever behind his last movie that was Avengers 1. I mean, the dude just to say what you want, whether you like the movie, you have problems with the movie, who cares? You've got to acknowledge that's one hell of an accomplishment, what he's done between these two flicks.
Yeah, no, true. Fair enough. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. It really does.
My thing is, you should just, you know what? If you're going to quit it, that's fine. Just don't make a scene out of it.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't? Okay, good.
He just said a tweet. He said, thank you for everyone who's enjoyed things like that. And then he deleted his account.
He deleted his account.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bit babyish.
That's making a scene. That's what I mean. He's taking his ball. He's taking his ball and going home.
Just don't log into your account.
No, exactly.
Do you need to close it?
Yeah. You're making a point when you do something like that. Yeah. And that's my big problem with it all.
I agree. If he deleted his account, that's really like, okay, you're being a child.
Now, wait a minute. He could have done it for legitimate reasons. How many stars and public figures have we seen hacked in recent years?
Fair enough. He's Josh Whedon. Contact Twitter. They'll lock your account for you.
I don't know if I trust anybody to lock my account.
Deleting you should never delete anything. I'm an IT guy. You should never delete. You delete. Most of the time you delete, you regret deleting.
He is Joss Whedon, so I'm sure he'll get everything back if he decides to go back.
Twitter's archived all that stuff. All he has to do is call the company.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, so call the company and be a dick about it. Be a big baby and be
I don't think he'd be a dick about it. Why are you assuming he's going to be a dick about it?
Because
he was nice about leaving.
No, you guys are saying if he wants to come back and get everything back, he'll contact the company. Why not just contact the company now and lock the account over having to go back and get backups?
Because if you don't want to use Twitter again, the simplest thing to do is to delete your Twitter. I don't see how this is a terrible thing he did. He does not want to use that social media anymore.
It's a drama thing. There's drama involved.
If it was drama, he'd have gone on some kind of rant before he did it. He said thank you to everyone, and then he closed his account.
Deleting your account is drama. Just leave it up.
Let's relate it to something that we've all seen before. It's the family member / close friend that gets all uppity on their Facebook that somebody said something wrong to them, and they go and they're like, so long, farewell, I'm off of Facebook, delete.
Yeah. Look at the attention that I'm trying to seek. I am deleting my account to those who've been nice.
Because Joss Whedon is lacking in attention.
Maybe he is an attention beep. Like, who knows?
Have you paid any attention to what Joss Whedon has done in any of his interviews over the last 10 years?
No, I have not.
Not at all.
I have not.
No.
Whatever.
I don't know. To me, the deleting thing's just silly. Like, just ignore your account. Just ignore your account. That's what I think. But
if the account's still there, then I don't know. I don't see it as a big deal. He got rid of it because it's not. Then it reduces the temptation to want to do anything because your account's gone.
Let's just. I'm going to terminate this whole theory by he's done this before.
2 years ago, yes. 2 years ago.
Yeah. Twitter 2 years ago.
Well, there
he's
you go.
Done this before.
There you go. I think that at JS that nicely secures my point.
That's right.
You guys are being like hypersensitive with your point to be offended. Oh, he deleted his Twitter account. Oh, I'm mad.
And I'm one who does not give a shit. Sorry, can we say this shit now? Are we allowed to say shit?
No, you're not allowed to say shit.
If I say shit, is that okay?
You cannot say any of those things which have all been bleeped.
I've lost my point.
You never had one to begin with other than trolling, JS.
It just kind of amuses me that you guys are butthurt that he deleted his Twitter. That's
I'm
what
not, because
butthurts you.
I haven't checked anything from Twitter in ages. I don't even use. I mean, to me, Instagram is a way better tool than Twitter. In my personal opinion, so I really don't care. All I'm saying is it feels a little drama queenish. That's all.
We're going to have to have a discussion on Instagram at some point in time because you are in love with that. I just don't get it. So let's save that for another podcast.
I like pictures. I like visual.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Speaking of pictures, by the by, have any of you heard about this lovely website called Howold.net?
I guess I've seen it about a gazillion times on Facebook, but I haven't gone to it.
Howold.net is a website that from your phone or I don't know if you're still putting pictures on your computer from your computer, you can go to this website. It is put out by Microsoft and you upload a photo. It guesses your age and your gender. And usually it is absolutely, positively wrong.
Yes.
It is very, very terrible. Microsoft did it as sort of apparently for like a development keynote on their cloud structure. But the problem now is everybody went and did this because the results are really, really terrible. Like they're really off. And what is now happening is people are freaking out because they actually finally clicked the privacy and terms of use at the bottom and have realized that the global Microsoft cloud terms of use says that they can use your picture for whatever reason that they want. However, it is a bit of a conflict because right on the website, when you upload your photo, there's a thing that says, P.S. we don't keep the photo.
Okay, so maybe they don't keep the photo, but they have the right to use it if they have it.
Exactly. So it's a bit of a conundrum, but really at the end of the day, I believe Microsoft can afford a lot better pictures to be taken than your crappy photos. And if you read the actual link of where the privacy is going, it is going to the general global Microsoft, whatever the hell you call it, their cloud service. Not OneDrive, but it's like Azure or something silly like that. So people freaking out. You may not need to freak out that much, but people who think...
Are these the same people freaking out that post 6 selfies a day?
Exactly. I was going to say...
Who gives a crap?
I was going to say, there is a level of concern anytime that you do anything on any website like social media or whatever.
Facebook has this already.
Yeah.
You don't... Whatever you post on Facebook, they can use.
People are probably using either their Facebook or their Twitter pictures or something they're Instagramming that's a selfie. Who cares? It's already out there in the wild.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah.
It's just people need to be pissed off, and this is a good excuse to get mad at Microsoft.
No, get mad at Josh Whedon.
Yeah, get mad at Josh Whedon. That's what you need to do.
Exactly.
He deleted his account. Mail him some real mail. Find his address and mail him something. Use snail mail. Let's see if he cancels his snail mail account.
It's One Adventures Tower, Manhattan, New York. Okay. So I think if I was using that app, which I've never even been to the website, never will, but if I was using that app and I saw on one corner that it said, we don't keep your picture, but then on the agreement that they did, I would call that foul. I would call that terms for suing.
No, they're telling you they're not keeping your pictures, but if ever they end up using one of your pictures, I don't know how, that they have the right.
It's very misleading. It's a usual conflict that we see with legalese, and Google went through this when they consolidated all of their terms of service. Facebook goes through this every 6 months. So Microsoft doing something like this, not surprising, but I honestly, my wife, this is not that great to say, but my wife's sitting there doing this with my son and everything like that, and I'm like, so do we know where the picture's going? And of course, she hadn't questioned it. And then I saw the PS we don't keep the photo thing, and then I dug into the legalese, and I'm just like, you know what, people need to start realizing once you upload things on the internet,
it's not yours anymore.
It's not yours anymore. It's just the easiest way to surf the web. That's right. I'm bringing back that term, surf the web.
That's a cool term, man. That's a cool term. I surf all the time.
Yep. Gotta surf all the time. But anywho, that is my news. Chris, what do you got going on this week, which I'm sure is amazing news?
So I don't know if you guys had heard, Vanity Fair this month is going to feature a lot of information about Lucasfilm and a lot of Star Wars news. But the thing that was most interesting to me was that Vanity Fair asked Kathleen Kennedy about possible new Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, yes,
where
she said yes.
She did confirm one day will be made inside this company, but qualified it by saying that when it will happen, we're not sure. We haven't even started work on a script yet, but we are talking about it. So official confirmation, there will be a new Indiana Jones adventure. Now, notice I said Indiana Jones adventure. It doesn't say whether it's a reboot or a continuation or whatnot. I don't care as long as we get another fun Indiana Jones and I can forget about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
You shut your mouth. That was an amazing film.
Somebody washed the taste of that movie out of my mouth because I'm just not a fan of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That was such a good movie.
It was not that great.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally trolling here. I'm trying to pull a JS.
It was really not that great. It was actually almost not watchable.
Yeah.
People watched it because it was Indiana Jones and then they watched it and went, why the hell did I watch this? Honestly, that's what it was. Like, oh my God, a new Indiana Jones. This is fantastic. And then they were just let down.
You know, I'd love to say that I liked it, and I remember having a good time, except for nuking the fridge. I remember having a good time watching the movie, but I've only seen it once, so it's not like, well, I guess it was one of those, I have to see it.
Yeah, you have to see it. You have to see it, but that's all it is.
Yeah. I'm honestly am excited for the next chapter in Indiana Jones. It's something that is overdue to have something that is actually good come to the franchise because it is a really good franchise. It's just a shame that that movie that we won't talk about came out.
Okay, there's a ton of movies that you don't want to talk about, like X-Men 3, for instance. So you got to be specific. Which movie are you talking about?
I was talking about Indiana Jones. I was saying,
okay,
I've refused to say its name.
Really?
The movie whose name you can't say.
Yeah. That's so mature. You're deleting that movie.
See, brought you around to my side of things, didn't I?
No.
Well, anybody got any other news before we go into an amazing segment that is long overdue? No. All right. Well, before we go to this segment, which we will keep you listeners on the edge of your seat a little bit longer, I just want to remind everybody that we are part of the Gonna Geek Network. I know, shocker, the Gonna Geek podcast is part of the Gonna Geek Network at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And one of the amazing shows that we've got on there, I don't know, SP, if you've ever heard of this. It's called Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
what is it? Sounds great.
It is a fan podcast on the Marvel TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And episode 71 is on the GonnaGeekNetwork.com website. And the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. hosts discuss the pre-Avengers Age of Ultron Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode finale, The Dirty Half Dozen. Now, that's
a cool name.
Yes. So
actually did that. That's cool.
Check out that episode. And if you have already watched Age of Ultron, I encourage you to keep an eye on their feed because there will be a spoiler-filled episode coming your way.
I've been watching Agent Carter. It's not bad. I mean, it's slow. I don't know if it gets any better. I'm only 3 episodes in.
It is a bit of a slow build.
Okay.
It's definitely a PI 40s sort of
which is
thing,
fine.
But yeah.
Which is fine. It's just the thing is, it's Marvel, right? So it's in the Marvel universe. So you're expecting a little bit more than I think I've seen up till now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're going to get a little bit better. And remember, hashtag it's all connected. It still is with Agent Carter.
It is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the game show which is sweeping the nation. That's right, it's time for... Know Your Geek. It's time for Know Your Geek. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the episode where Chris Farrell takes the reins and tells us all sorts of things about himself. But that sounds boring, right? So what we're going to do is he is going to give us a series of questions, I believe. Or are they true and false?
I have a combination of open-ended questions and multiple choice questions.
Okay. So he's got these series of questions, and what is going to happen is SPJS and myself will all be the contestants, and we will buzz in using our names or a fake name that we choose. And then... and then we will end up hopefully having a 3-way tie again. That's the goal. That's the goal. So I will turn the show over to you, Chris Farrell, Barrel.
Boy, Faye, you just butchered my name yet again.
Go ahead, for real.
All right, so my first question for you guys, this one's an open-ended one. Who have I often referred to as Space Jesus? No takers? Nobody knows who Space Jesus is? Wayne would know this.
Space Jesus.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Going once, going twice, gone. The correct
SP.
answer is SP. Go ahead and answer.
Yoda.
No. Good guess, though. The correct answer is Commander Shepard from the Mass Effect series. Space Jesus.
That show we
Male
almost
Commander
made.
Shepard or Fem Shep?
As long as it is a Paragon Shep, they're pretty much Space Jesus.
Wow. Interesting. I had no idea you called it that.
I so need
I've
to play
referred
that
to him as
series.
Space Jesus on this show before, in fact.
Well,
Have you?
that
Yes.
means that I just don't pay attention to you. I believe that's what that
And
means.
multiple times on my own podcast.
Then I believe that means I don't listen to your own
Wait.
podcast.
Yeah, wait, Chris, you have a
I'm just
podcast?
kidding.
Chris, you podcast me?
Wow. Good for you. We should listen sometime.
This is the worst segment ever.
Go ahead, Chris. Continue.
All right,
Yeah, you know what you should do, Chris? You should delete your Twitter account.
I just deleted my Facebook account because I'm so upset with you guys.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So my next question for you guys is an open-ended question. Who is my favorite superhero?
SP?
Blunt Man and
SP?
Chronicle.
Deadpool?
No.
John Stamos. John Stamos.
No.
No,
He is a
no.
superhero.
That's my buzzing name. That's my buzzing name.
Okay. We'll toss to John Stamos.
Megastar Sand.
I'm gonna go with.
Megastar Sand.
I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
What
You are correct.
Yeah, why did I know that? Because he got so mad at freaking whatever the new Spider-Man was. I don't even remember the name.
Spider-Man was not fun.
Yeah.
Did you hear that they've narrowed down the casting to 2 names, by the way, for Marvel's, Sony's Spider-Man?
I think it's Will Smith is one and Jada Pinkett Smith is the other, right?
That is
right.
so wrong. Oh my God, that's funny.
All right. So what's the tally after that one there, Chris?
Steven is in the lead with 1 correct so far.
That's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. There you go. So my next question for you guys, this is a multiple choice question. My first guest hosting appearance on a podcast was with which show? A.
SP.
JS got it first.
JS, go ahead.
Fanboy Buzz.
You are incorrect.
Ah, damn it.
So your multiple choices were A, Comic Book Legends, B, The Fanboy Buzz, C, Hybrid Interests, or D, Quadcast.
John Stamos.
SP.
John Stamos.
Hybrid, whatever that one was.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
SP.
Gonna do them
The
all.
third one.
That was Hybrid Interests.
Yeah. JS.
JS,
The
go
first
ahead.
one. The Legends podcast.
Comic Book
No.
Legends.
John Stamos. John Stamos.
John Stamos.
It's
Go.
the fourth one. It's the fourth one.
So Quadcast is correct. For
Yes.
This is horrible segment, man. This
You
is
guys do not know me.
Chris owns
This
a beagle.
guy?
Why
do we have him here?
Chris owns a beagle.
All right, go ahead and continue with the question, Scott Williams.
For those that aren't familiar, Quadcast was a Mass Effect podcast in which I guest hosted twice. It is now dead, which makes me sad.
Did you kill it or?
I did not. I'm gonna,
It's choosing a wrong niche, you know? Like, if you're going to choose a niche based on a title that only has a limited amount of releases,
Look,
you might
I
have a
will-
limit of what you can talk about. I'm just saying.
primary host, I guest hosted twice. The guy that did it did like 30 some odd episodes and then got bored of it, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I don't believe that. That's okay.
So, open-ended question. This one's for JS because I'm sure he'll get it because he follows me on Instagram, I believe, and knows I like to post pictures of some things.
Oh.
What kind of dog do I have?
Dog?
SP.
Oh, JS.
SP.
Well, I
beagle.
just asked you about a dog question 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's why I was here. I have a beagle.
Woohoo!
The score right now is Steven 2, SP.
Wait. I was going to say beagle.
No.
I buzzed in first.
SP buzzed in first. All right, key batter there, Pharrell.
My next question for you, and this is open-ended. Which members of the Gunna Geek Network have I met in person?
SP.
Oh.
SP.
Naki.
Yeah.
I have met Naki in person. You get 1 point.
You haven't met Wing. I don't think so.
I have not.
I don't think you've met Beef. Haven't met me.
Well, is that your official?
John Stamos. John Stamos.
John Stamos is buzzed in.
All right, we have to go with Naki.
That one's already been answered.
That one's already been
I know.
answered.
I was starting my list. It's Naki and Steve Boyd.
You are correct.
Oh,
That is
you've met
both.
the boys.
I have
That's
met
true.
Steve Boyd in person at Wizard World Philadelphia. Not Wizard World Philadelphia. At C2E2 2 years ago. That is also where I met Naki in person.
I almost met Steve Boyd 3 times, I guess, but every time we seem to not be able to meet.
Yeah. I almost met you at that point in time because you were thinking about going to C2E2 also.
Yeah. I went the year before, actually. So maybe we have met.
Wait, here's a question for you. With the points there, does SP get one and I get one because we both got them right?
You both get one.
Oh, that's
because
lame. You should have to get the whole list. That's lame.
Yeah, you know what? This whole segment is lame.
Super lame.
This whole segment is lame.
Just because you haven't scored a single point so far, JS.
I gave JS one.
This whole game is like.
I'll give you a bell. Do you want a bell? There you go. There's a bell. You have a bell.
You know what I'm going to do? Now that I can record, I'm going to start recording. What did Scott used to do all the time there? Soundboarding. I'm going to soundboard.
You want a soundboard? I'll give you a soundboard.
Don't do it.
Hold on a second.
No.
Yeah.
All right, continue, Chris, before SP derails us
my
too
next
bad.
question for you guys. What superhero was featured in the first comic book I ever read? And there, I will give you there's multiple choices. So, A, The Flash, B, Spider-Man, C, Captain America, or D, Batman?
SP.
SP.
The Flash.
You are correct, sir.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
Nice pull. I don't even know how you got that.
It's random, I guess. He randomed it.
So what happens you mentioned it on an ATG
JS, they're in cahoots. I think they're in cahoots. I'm pretty sure they're in cahoots.
I think there's a.
I just
there's a
listened to his
conspiracy. An American
podcast. I mean, as the
conspiracy.
network owner, you should listen to the podcast on your network.
I do listen to the podcast. I listen to all of them all the time.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right, Chris, what do you got going on next?
So I got 3 more left for you. The next one, I hosted a panel on what topic at the West Virginia Pop Culture Convention.
Yes.
John Stamos, I think, has it just by a hair.
No, I said O.
I totally know this too.
My name
damn
could
it.
have been O.
So your name is okay. JS has it. Then John Stamos.
It was a
That's what she
podcast.
says, right?
Yeah, that's what they say all the time. Oh, that's a big dick. Podcasting.
You are correct. I did a podcasting panel the last 2 years at the West Virginia Pop Culture Convention.
I even know that this year you got invited but weren't even ready.
Yeah, exactly. I showed up and they were like, you guys are doing that panel, right? I said, what?
Oh, no. Oh, that sounds like some great preparedness there.
It was myself and former guest hosts on ATGN. The guys who do the Let Us podcast show are also local. So all 3 of us were sitting there like, what? It led for some awkwardness, and thankfully I don't think it was recorded.
All right.
This is good on a podcast. I like it. It feels real.
That's true. So I have 2 questions left.
All right.
We'll go with the movie-based one. Which movie genre am I not really a fan of? And there's multiple choice. A, action, B, superhero, C, fantasy, D, sci-fi, or E, mystery.
Roger Wilco.
Roger Wilco, go ahead.
I'm going to say mystery.
You are incorrect.
Oh.
What were the choices again?
Action,
Roger Wilco.
superhero, fantasy.
I buzzed in.
Okay, we'll go back to Roger Wilco.
fantasy.
You are correct. I'm not a huge fan of fantasy movies.
So you didn't like the Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I love the Lord of the Rings.
Lord
Everyone
of the
knows
Rings,
that.
the original series was amazing. The new series should have probably never been made.
The Hobbit was amazing. You shut your mouth.
You
It
like
wasn't
the
a
Hobbit?
series.
No,
it
I've honestly never seen Hobbit or Lord of the Rings.
Dude, there's not even point to watch.
Never even
the
watched Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit
Lord of
was
the Rings,
for-
the first movie is actually quite good. They're all good, really, but the first movie is a must watch.
Cool.
It's on Netflix, I believe.
All right. What's your last question you got on deck there, Chris Farrell?
So the last question I have for you is multiple choice. I have not lived in which country of this list? Belgium, Germany, the United States, or the Netherlands? Which one did I not live in?
Roger Wilco.
SP.
United States.
You are incorrect.
Roger Wilco.
No, come on. West Virginia isn't part of the United States.
Roger Wilco.
We're going to go to Roger Wilco next.
Netherlands.
You are correct. I have lived in Belgium and Germany, so the Netherlands was not applicable on that list.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So what was the final score there?
I have it as SP and JS with 3 and Steven with 2, but I might have lost track of the score.
Did we just tie again?
No, you totally lost track. It was a three-way tie.
No. I think Chris got it right. I think JS and me are 3 and you're at a 2.
Go ahead and play it back. Three-way tie.
Okay, go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Yeah, the verdict is in. We all got 3. Woo!
You guys want me to do a tiebreaker, or you go with a 3-way tie?
I refuse to answer on the grounds that I like 3-ways.
Okay, then. On that note, I'm going to leave it in.
Thank you, listener, for continuing through that amazing Know Your Geek of Chris Farrell for Real edition. We learned a lot about Chris today. And if you want to learn more about Chris, he is part of All Things Good and Nerdy, which is also on the Gonna Geek Network at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And in ATGN episode 156, titled Take That, Bachman, fans of the show may know this familiar voice, and it's Ryan, who joined Chris and Naki this week. They have a spoiler-free review of Age of Ultron. So if you do want a spoiler-free review, I encourage you to go over to All Things Good and Nerdy on the Gonna Geek Network and listen to episode 156.
How was it, by the way?
It was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Better than the first one?
No.
Oh, that's not good.
It was still top tier. Haley put it this way. She's got 3 different tiers of the MCU movies, and it was in the top 3rd tier for her. She just doesn't know where it ranks in that top 3rd.
I don't know, JS, you might like it better. While I was watching it, I was actually watching it thinking to myself, I think JS might like this one better. So,
because I like Captain America 2, I liked Iron Man 3.
I think there'll be moments that you don't like in it, but I think overall you might rate it higher than the first. But I don't know.
There's that whole ice cream truck scene.
Oh shoot, that's right, where they actually called the kid from the Ferris wheel to come work for the ice cream company. I forgot about that. That's right. That's right.
That's not funny, guys.
All right. So before we go, you guys got anything you want to plug? JS? I was trying to think what your nickname was.
No.
Tobor. He's Tobor.
I'm Tobor. Okay, well, Roger Wilco's not bad, too.
How many names do you have now, JS?
Many.
Chris Farrell?
I'm good.
Stargate Pioneer?
Yeah, I pee in the Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes on the Voices of Defiance feed because Shannon is just itching to get back podcasting. She's been playing the Defiance game on PC with her merry band of White Sack Rangers. And if you want to know all about that, you're going to have to listen to Voices of Defiance. But we will be back soon, live podcasting just before season 3 starts on June 12th of Defiance on Sci-Fi. And we will ride out season 3 all the way to the end. So get ready for some good sci-fi.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just to recap, listeners, if you do have a moment every Tuesday, I encourage you to go to gonnageek.com/live and check out our live stream, and you can heckle us all you want in the chat. So that's going to go ahead and wrap us up for episode 94 of the GonnaGeek.com podcast. Thank you for listening. I am Stephen John Drew.
I'm deleting my Twitter.
I am Stargate Pioneer.
Roger Rogan.
Bye.
You've been listening to the official GonnaGeek.com podcast. Got questions, comments, or suggestions for a future show? Email podcast@GonnaGeek.com. Like us at Facebook.com/GonnaGeek or tweet us at GonnaGeek. Make sure you check out all the other amazing geeky podcasts, part of the Gonna Geek Network at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. If you like the show, please write us a 5-star review in iTunes. Most of the music heard is by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.